Records, the one that be stacking paper, popping bottles, equate voting, drinking with no chaser. I'm a money maker, not no Captain Saver. And if your bitch leave it with me, damn nigga, I don't blame her. I'm doing you a favor. I'm a pussy mangler. I'm just a little player, so to the game I'm not no stranger. Hanging these haters right up on my hanger, that place up in my closet right next to my Gucci Blaze Records.
Mr. Macquinn, you know what's happening. I treat niggas like rocks and bagging. Tunnel vision behind the magnum when I'm clapping. Hit harder than a tornado, shit start collapsing. Truth be told, you once no part of Macquinn. Catch you slipping, run up in the club and get shit cracking. Now run home and tell your bitch ass screw what happened. I'm Macquinn, the same shit can happen to them. A bright light, a loud bang, and lights go dim.
Who it is, Busy B, that's what I'm hollering, bro. Radiating greatness, got it seeping through my follicles. A pot of gold is what I'm worth. Times a meal, plus a meal. And a nigga still real, worth a meal. In the mill, and I survive through the hardest, loneliest weather. Cause I got more heart than 6 souls sewn together. You really want a war? Between you and I, that's like Lambo doors, motherfucker, that's a suicide. Busy.
Welcome back.
Salute.
Welcome to another edition of 120 on the Dash. It's your boys,
Macquinn so random.
and Macquinn Rekordz.
Indeed.
How y'all feeling, man? You know what I'm saying? How you been, bro? What's good?
Man, I can't even lie to you, bro. We back. They didn't let us back in the game. Now we had to take a little time, get our mind right, working. Like we said, oh yeah, let's start with a Happy New Year's to everybody. We all know. First Friday of the year and we are here. So, Geek.
That is true.
What you got going on? How you been?
Man, same old, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically, just basically still on the grind. You know what I mean? Still driving a truck, still making beats as usual, still growing, still keeping, getting better as my number one goal. You know what I'm saying? And then letting everything else just come along as me getting better. Trying to better myself, trying to better my craft, trying to just better myself as being a man, and just trying to move better in life. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically all I've been doing, man. Is just getting better, man. And I'm gonna keep that. You know what I'm saying? Same motto for 2023, getting better. You know what I'm saying? So how you been, bro?
Man, I ain't gonna even front, bro. I've been good, man. You know, had some health problems, bounced back. Like I said, you know, a lot of people, they focus on that. Hey, moms is in here.
What's up, mom? What's good?
But you know, they focus on that fall. They don't see that bounce back.
Nah.
No, they ain't gonna see it. They ain't gonna see it until you already done bounced past where you should be.
It's always a small setback for a major comeback, you know?
Preach.
I mean, that's the only way I can look at it. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Let me just make sure I get myself together right here so I can keep everything going. So With that being said, what's up, Mamacita? I mean, we see you up in here, still supporting. Salute. How's things been going? Okay. Got your back up on here, Macquinn. Yes, sir. So yeah, basically, we just gonna go ahead and get back into it. We got a couple ideas and a couple things that we want to do a little bit differently with this podcast. We probably want to get some visuals going on, and we can start posting things on other social media platforms. Couple little ideas, that we got going on. Got to do some little tweakings here and there, you know what I mean? Because basically, should be some other music playing in the background, but I guess it's not.
Yeah, see, once again, just to piggyback on what he's saying, as far as the music go, we'll have that definitely took care of come next week. So some of the things that we're going to be doing different this time around, we're going to do some live interviews. We're going to do some movie reviews, pick us like a movie of the week or something like that. Jeffro's really hasn't always been big in movies. I kind of got away from it, but again, it's something we're going to do here. We're going to bring you guys more of like a structured content. So today we're going to do our welcome back party. That's pretty much what we're here to do.
Round of applause for that. Yes, let's give it up for that.
Because we back. But yeah, other than that, like I said, we're going to be bringing y'all content of something, and then we're going to be moving into 120 on the dash on YouTube. Again, once next week, we'll have all this figured out, laid out. It'll be in the chat. It'll be everywhere, probably pinged on the top, so that we're going to pull them off of here, edit them up. Oh, excuse me. I'm stuck on this energy drink, got me gas, burping and everything. So we're gonna put it on there with Jeffro being on a video and me having video of what I'm doing here. We'll put them together, stick it on YouTube. Like I said, we're gonna be having interviews, and with that, we're gonna have them on the video. We're gonna when we have interviews during their times of speaking, you're probably going to see them more than me and Rekordz, just because we want to focus on the artist. We want them to be the point of discussion here. So when they do come in and they come over, they give us their time, we're going to give them the floor, so to speak. So, yeah.
Most definitely. And I got some dope people in mind to interview. Just got to make sure we set it up and do it right. But on the plus side, just to go ahead and say on the plus side, that we did start on time with no issue.
None. You know other than the music.
Right, other than the music. But, I remember before, it was, man, we had a crazy time, like starting late, not having it right. I think we got our ducks in a row on that one. But, yeah, it took us a little bit. But, hey, we got it on the money this time.
Right.
That's the most definite thing. Other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? Still on the same journey, trying to shine and grind, man. That's all I'm trying to do, man. Just be humble, man. I'm out here. I see you. What's up, Mom? See you jumped up in here. Let's get it.
Mom G.
Yeah.
Thank you for tapping in. Y'all know we always appreciate the love and the support. That's always.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Once we reach a certain goal that's important for us to reach, we will try to do a lot of giveaways. So again, we coming at you guys this time around with a little more structure to the same approach. Because one thing of me and Jeffro discussed, we can't take out being organically who we are. Jeffro knows this. Last time around, I was real nice. If you guys go back and it'd be like, we'll bring up an artist or something else, and I'll approach the situation like, whoa. I have gotten out of trying to be so humble where I can speak my mind, and it'll be authentic. It'll be real. It'll be truly how I feel. So,
right.
That's something else you guys can look forward to, or probably regret later.
Look forward to or regret it later. That's fine. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff going on, man. We got the whole OTAD, you know, the gaming thing that's finna get ready to come too, you know. So be looking forward for that. Trying to get into the whole streaming world of the gaming, putting content out on that end as well.
Yeah, let's touch on that a little bit more in depth. So as we, because we both got together projects going on, then we got some side things of our own. So everything we touch on this episode, we're just gonna bring you guys up to speed if it's new. And so by that being the case, let's just talk on that a little bit. OTAD, we already officially launched it. We'll bring incorporating these things in a little bit. Just give us some time to get everything, like he said, our ducks in a row. But it's coming to this as well. It's a full circle for us where 120 on the dash is what we're out here doing. So it's a podcast, it's a gaming community, it's a lifestyle for us, in all honesty. If you think about it in the sense that I do, where Rekordz said, my whole goal this year is one, and that's to get better. And when he said that a year or two ago, and he still lives by that, so that's 120 on the dash for us. We out here giving it 120, whether it's a podcast, and we may not even feel up to coming up here and doing it, whether it's a gaming stream, we do these things. So like I said, we're going to promote all that stuff. Just give us a chance to fully figure out how to do that, and I will. Once we hit a certain point, we will do these giveaways. So always remember to like these, drop comments. You guys can call in whenever you want to. You can promote it, share it, all these things for us. So yeah. And we promise y'all, I think we already know, just being moms alone, y'all get something, but we definitely y'all win for being, like, if you look right now, her hearts and stuff is bigger than Jeffro's. I don't even know what that means yet, but yeah.
Yeah, probably a lot of likes, you know, just liking, a lot of like, yeah, of course it's always good.
And to be honest, bro, logging in, I seen like some of the milestones we hit. You know what I mean? That's major.
Oh yeah. It takes a little bit to go ahead and log in. It takes, you know what I'm saying, for people to get on this platform. It takes, you know, takes a little time, a little effort. But once you get up in here, I feel like, you know, once you start engaging in what we're doing and getting yourself involved into the conversations or even the topics or whatever, I think, you know, a lot of things could be a lot better. You know what I mean? I think it could be a very good experience. You know what I mean? It's about whatever we talk about. I mean, because, I mean, look, when we first started this thing, we was dealing with COVID. We was dealing with, you know, things being shut down. We was dealing with just a lot of negative and not so good things that was going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? But we still try to keep it positive. We still kept it pushing. We still kept motivating each other. We still just kept doing us. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, that's what OTAD is. You know what I'm saying? 120 on the dash, you know, all gas, no brake pads. We're just gonna push the pedal to the metal and see where it takes us. I mean, that's the only thing that we can do. You know what I mean?
Facts. We'll stop when we run out of gas.
Right, and maybe if we're going down the hill, if we do run out of gas, we still ain't gonna stop.
Facts. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Put that thing in neutral, just let it keep riding until it's actually stopped.
How that song go? This train gonna keep on rolling.
He wrote, you know what I mean? I mean, that's the only thing I could say, you know what I mean? But I know one thing is, you know what I'm saying, when you go 120 on the dash, all gas, no brake pads, I don't know. In my vehicle, I'm just not trying to go and revert. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
I do. It do. It do.
You know what I mean?
Windows up and the music, so you can't even hear outside of the car. So I ain't fazed by the naysayers. I ain't fazed by what ain't happening. It's only about what's in this car with me as I go 120.
Exactly. Hey, I like that though. Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I'm glad to be back. Like I told Jeffro, man, I'm so excited that it don't even make no sense, man. I almost went live 20 minutes early because I was so excited, man. I'm geeked to be back.
20 minutes early.
Moms, y'all know y'all are greatly appreciated in here, and everybody else. And like I said, we're gonna focus. We got a great platform. We have great opportunity, and we gonna capture that this time around. So
most definitely. That's what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Keep a positive mind state. You know what I mean? Keep everything focused on, you know what I'm saying, a nice, good end goal. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's where I want to go with it. You know what I mean? See where this can take us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cause being on that live earlier, there was some stuff said that was like, that's so true, man. Like 2021, 2022, especially 22 for me, man, that was rough. But we back. Yeah. 23, I'm gonna make sure it go a whole lot better.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, you got the ups and downs. And then, like I said, when we first started this thing, it was at a bad time in the world, which made everybody like feel a certain kind of way, being negative, you know what I'm saying? Like people wasn't working, or people was working, or, you know, you got the front line, the not front line, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just crazy. I mean, everybody felt whatever kind of way they felt, you know what I'm saying? So we try to go ahead and still do what we was doing, you know what I mean? The crazy thing is like, you know, I've watched certain podcasts from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? I've seen how they were starting it, you know what I mean? And then to see where they at now, because it was consistent with it. They never gave up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and then they did other things that, you know, maybe we need to tap into as well. But I mean, they're doing pretty good. And I still watch those podcasts to this day. And I'm like, wow, just to see the evolution of how they did the grind and how they got to where they got to. And that's why I see the vision of 120 Dash. I'm like, man, if they could do it, I know I could do it. You know what I'm saying? We could do it. I mean, like, you just got to feel like, what are we not doing to get there? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
you right.
I always look at that like that. I be like, man, what the hell am I not doing? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, we was consistent as ever. I know that much. We was super consistent every Friday. Boom, boom, boom. And if we wasn't on Friday, we was like Thursday or, you know, a different day. You know what I'm saying? So
or earlier. Yeah.
Or earlier, you know what I'm saying? Or even maybe a little later. Well, I mean, at the beginning, we always started a little later. I ain't gonna lie.
I think I missed one show, and then we missed one or two together. And other than that, man, we was here for like 2-3 years. So, So we want, that's a point out. Like I said, some of them accolades that we talking about is 1,000 episodes downloaded. 100 and some hours. So we put in a lot of work, and one of the things that, like I said, me and Jeffro had, of course, coming back to the stage, we wanted to have a plan. That was the biggest thing we were talking about is, okay, trying to figure out why, you know, and it could be partially how we promote. You know what I mean? And that's where Jeffro, as we know, his page has grown tremendously. So that's one element on top of just doing different things that I know will work to at least bring them in to talk with us. So I think one thing we've always made clear, our microphone is open. All you gotta do is hit that call button and you can come in and talk. Just be respectful. If you want to debate, we willing to do that as well. So, but try not to. But whatever's whatever. You have your opinion, I have mine, and Jeffro has his. If it comes to that, we're gonna go at it. But it's always open for y'all, because in all reality, we love to chop it up. We have no problem talking out in public of how me and him talk. Y'all guys know that already, and you're welcome to join it. You can come in and say what you're gonna say. But hopefully, going into these interviews, along with the interviews, we are thinking about hosting another show through the week. So again, we're working on some stuff where we can get y'all a little more. I want to do some stuff where it's kind of, because I fell off track of this as well, and that's just my morning ritual where, you know, I read certain things, do certain things, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, bring that back. And then, like, I want to do something that's completely music motivated, where we can bring in some undiscovered talent and help people grow as well. So I got some ideas, and I'm gonna reach out to some people, and we're gonna, you know, our goals are to grow the platform this time with an organic scene like we started with. We haven't went from what we want, how we want to do it. It's just we know now where we want to take it. And I think that was one of the biggest things for us, is like we love to chop it up and kick it. It could be like a bar talk, bar discussion. You know, everybody sitting at the bar having drinks, laughing, joking, and just talking, and that's cool. Where we didn't care to keep the platform going for so long, because we love doing that. So don't think we have a problem with it. It's just we're looking to grow it where we can make that discussion a bar discussion, not just me and Jeffro and Mom's accidentally calling us.
Oh yeah, that was a biggie, wasn't it? I didn't mean to call in, it just happened.
But when they called in on purpose, it was great conversations. So we don't want to move away from that. We just want to bring more of that in. So, well, my goal. So if y'all don't like us and want to talk about it publicly, come on and do it. I'm willing to talk
with it. Come on and do it. Please do. You know what I'm saying? Bring it. Not gonna try to do that. Yeah. Hopefully not. But we ain't mad if you do.
We are not mad. Especially when we gotta click up a button over here to help that, so it's no problem.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's funny.
But again, these are like, we all family, and it's just about growing it. It's 120 on the dash. Just pick your crash, I guess. Be easy.
Hopefully you don't crash. Yeah, hopefully you don't crash. You know, and then we're gonna have to bring back. Yeah, and then eventually, we have to bring back the whole "what's your flavor, neighbor?" You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Keeping it light, simple tonight. You know what I mean, for the return. But I mean, I'm still always usually the same. I have my tequila. You know what I mean? Nothing major. I haven't changed. Everything with me is basically the same. I'm still the same. That's it.
Oh yeah. Nah, I can't say that. Your mindset of being better is the same, but you grow. That better has come with it. So
right, but I mean, I'm saying that is like the only reason why me growing is because I kept the same mindset of being better. You know what I'm saying? Of trying to grow, and that was the number one goal. I never gave up on that goal, and that's still going to be my goal. Like I'm not trying to be. I'm really not trying to have like no finish line. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like the best. I don't want to be so good at this that I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to keep growing, but at the same time stay in my lane. You feel me?
Right.
So, I come to realize that there ain't no traffic in your lane. You know what I mean? If you just stay in your lane and go at your own pace, there ain't really no traffic up in there. Yeah, you got people trying to cut you off. You got people trying to, you know what I'm saying, dilute you into different things and come at you different angles and not use their blinkers or whatever you want to say, you know, just to use that kind of little metaphor or whatever. But all I do is just, you know, let go of the gas just a little bit, let them pass me up, let them do their thing, and let me continue to do mine at my own speed.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to do too much, but at the same time, I want to do it all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I ain't trying to be the best, but in my head, I've been the best. So
yeah, maybe not overwhelm myself. Maybe that's a better way to say it. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't want to have too many obstacles to go through to try to get to where I'm going. You know what I mean? I think it might be a little more easy if I just stay, you know what I'm saying, consistent in one thing, let that grow, and then, you know, as soon as I get comfortable at that, kind of die, you know what I'm saying, hit something else, see what I do with that, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Too much of it, that's all. Most definitely. You know. You get there, you get there how you get there. So, you know, this is a good thing, you know, coming back on the new year. I mean, January, still in Wisconsin, still dealing with this confused weather. They don't know if it want to be cold or warm. I ain't even gonna lie, you know what I mean? So that's one crazy thing. Like, we can have a snowstorm one day, and then like 3 days later, it's like 50 degrees. All the snow melts. Then, then, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 days later, you know what I'm saying, it's back down to like 20 degrees and you got flurries. So, I mean, you know, I'm still dealing with that, you know, crazy weather.
The flu can be real.
No, my goodness, man. I just wish it wasn't so confused. I ain't gonna lie. I just wish it was like, I wish it would stay the same weather like, I'm trying to think of a perfect month. I would say maybe June-ish, because June, it could get hot, but then it don't be as hot. I'm gonna say June or like September.
Right.
Them the 2 months that I could stay with all year round, if it was up to me. You know what I'm saying? Let's leave the thermostat at 60 degrees. I don't need all the extra stuff, man. I mean, I'd rather cut the grass than plow some snow, than shovel some snow. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd rather. Here's the crazy thing. I'd rather stand on the bus stop than driving in some snow. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that, because then I know I can get to where I gotta go to faster. But I mean, I'm just using that. On a nice day, well, I don't know, because things ain't like it used to be back, like how it was back in the, you know, when you stay on the bus stop, you know, you throw your hands up in the car stop full of girls and you be like, what up? And they'll give you a ride, or you get a number. They say, no, you just made you a new friend. I mean, you know, and it goes vice versa for the females as well. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a female might be on the bus stop and maybe a dude might pull up and try to holler at you. You know what I mean? I just miss the good old days and the nice weather.
Yeah, I remember being.
Yes, sir.
I was the bus stop king when I got to learn how to drive. Don't forget, I ain't learned how to drive and I started driving on my 21st birthday, if you remember that. Don't forget, I bought a car, had the sounds, and didn't drive it.
Yeah, you was more worried about having the sounds in the car than driving the car. That was the crazy. That right there was the crazy part about it. You was more concerned about having some speakers and a sound system in your car than driving the car.
Honestly, bro, like, knowing me back then would have been right with me not having subs, having speakers.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, knowing you, yeah. Yeah.
Because I kept sounds, whether it was in the crib, the car, whatever. So,
but I mean, I was around that too as well. Like I had a homeboy that I remember. I mean, if you remember the place Al's that was up there on Silver Spring, he ended up buying a $300 car. Really didn't care how it drove. He paid $300 for it, but it had a real nice factory stereo system that sounded real nice.
Right.
And that car only lasted him like a week. But he didn't care.
I paid like $200-300 for that car.
See?
And we put subs in it and we rolled around bumping for like 2 weeks.
Right, because see, at that time, if you was rolling around bumping and you had a nice system, females went for that. They didn't really care about all that flashy stuff. Like now, it's just totally different. I'm like, it's so funny how like everything has changed, like with the social media and the internet and the fashion and like, and I look at it as it happened so fast at the blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? Like it really didn't transition to it. It was just like one day you was like this, the next day you was like, you gotta have some money to mess with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that we messed that up with the aunties. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it like that because it's the aunties that's telling their nieces like, I've been there, done that. Like, look at your little cousins. They got some baby, you know what I'm saying? They got some daddies that, you know what I mean? So I think it was the aunties that kind of ruined it for us. I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? Well, we ruined it for the aunties that, and they was like, nah, y'all, you know what I mean? But then they ain't, you know what I'm saying? They all flashy and show. I mean, you could have a female or a guy who rather look good just to take 2 or 3 pictures and just be broke for like 2 months.
Right. See,
That's
I'm a
crazy
breed. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like that's one thing I do need to step it up for myself. It's like I ain't never really been into fashion like that. My thing has always been like gadgets, like the best phone and other things like that. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I wear a lot of quirky shirts, but I don't stay fitted. But I got a nice setup at the crib.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
And that's always been me, but I need to get, my appeal together. So
right, but I mean, I'll take it even further than that. Like somebody would rather go rent them a Mercedes Benz and go rent them a mansion as an Airbnb for like a weekend, just to take all the pictures in the world to show that they're doing it big, but they're really not doing it big.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy thing about it. And another thing that really gets me is the whole fashion thing. So say for instance, if the shoes is ugly, the clothes is ripped up and tight, they don't care as long as it costs a certain amount of money. Because that's the first thing I'll say. So basically, like when we worked at, so we worked at Taco Bell, right? I'm gonna take it back to that. Right. Remember that, you know what I'm saying? We was told that it was a certain person that didn't want to work with us because we talked about their shoes all night, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, I guarantee you, the person will be like, well, I don't care. These shoes cost this much money. Right. They wouldn't even care that we talked about their shoes and how ugly they were. They'd be like, I don't care. They costed this amount of money and I look good in them regardless. You can't afford them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just see that, like, conversation changing.
But the thing about it was, that's true, but they was busted. They were work shoes. So I don't know.
Right.
It wouldn't have faded me because I know at the crib I got something else to throw on.
Exactly. But you got like fashion shoes that's looking like that now that they selling brand new. That's the crazy thing for me. And these people was paying it.
That look toe up?
Yes.
Wow.
Toe up, clothes look ripped and worn already. Man, like there's certain designers that have that sell clothes in the store that literally look like hand-me-downs. And you could probably, like, okay, all right. I'll put it like this. Like, growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say going to the Goodwill is because, you know, you had to go to the Goodwill. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have no bread, really. You know what I'm saying? But now, they rather go to the Goodwill because they're going to find those deals. They're going to find the name brand stuff there at the Goodwill for a cheaper price. You know what I'm saying? They're happy to go to the Goodwill. Or, you know, they want that used look, the tore up shirt or sweatshirt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, I done sweated through my drawers and my boxers. I can't put my nuts where somebody else's nuts been. I'm sorry.
Right, especially knowing how we used to be, though. You know what I'm saying? I remember wearing the same clothes for a few days or maybe even more. You know what I'm saying? And then you take those to the Goodwill. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, I guarantee you somebody that wore these more than 3 times. I'm cool.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah. Like, man, I remember, man, just wearing the same outfit for like a whole weekend straight. Didn't even care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't care. As long as I was still doing me and getting what I wanted to get, I was cool. And that's what I'm saying. The females didn't care because they was like, oh, I like you. Or if it was new or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Standards has changed. That's all I'm trying to say. Standards has changed. Like,
but morals have too. So I mean,
exactly. But like I like watching those videos where like the little gold digging videos where like, you know what I'm saying, where the guy try to holler at a girl, and then they be like, no, I'm good. And then he be like, I'm gonna hop in my car, and they be like, oh, that's your car? Man, I remember picking up girls, bro, and the car would be smoking or cut off at the light.
Oh,
and they'll still give you your number.
But here's the thing. So I don't feel that really, right? That them videos anymore. I used to think they were funny. But the thing about it, so I think they're fake. A lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, now they are.
They go to an area where that type of class of people are. And it's hard for me to speak because you know what I've been through, you know what I've done. And it's been a challenge, but I've been in that class of women too. So I understand, you're not going to pick them up, walking up to them, hey, can I get your number? It takes a little finesse, but it happens. And to be honest, I feel as if I don't know, bro. Like, they put themselves in a situation where they're not gonna pick up a homeless dude. Get what I'm saying? So
that is true.
You out here asking her for a quarter, then her number. Let's be honest, bro. I don't think any woman that ain't even looking for you to have a Lamborghini, they're not gonna go for that. They'll go for you having a car that's smoking and you probably need a couple dollars to get that gas rather than somebody who just look like they only got what they're wearing. So, I mean, I understand it, but sometimes I think it's overblown, and I do think they're like...
Right. But
you go on my Instagram, I follow one that's pretty big from me. You know what I'm saying? So...
Right. But then it goes back to like... But then it also goes to like, you know, the women are so used to getting hit on, you know what I'm saying? To where somebody could be like, hey, excuse me, and they be like, no, I got a man. And you be like, no, excuse me, no, I got a man, like, leave me, like, I got a boyfriend. Like, no, I'm just trying to let you know, like, hey, you got a flat tire.
Now that's funny. When they do those are hilarious to me.
You know? And then they be like, oh, but can you help me? Call your boyfriend. Stupid.
No. You got a man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, but what I'm saying, like, also is like, women can't be mad that, you know what I'm saying, that, first of all, like, if you attractive from the get-go, you can't be mad that somebody's trying to holler at you, or at least, you know what I'm saying, engage a little conversation. You feel me?
Right.
But then you got the other women that go above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? The super tight clothes, the wigs and the whatever. You know what I'm saying? They showing their nipples all through. You know what I'm saying? They got their little nipples. They showing everything as a tease, and then you get mad because somebody's trying to holler at you.
They be having their pants pulled up to their shoulder blade.
Man, like, I hate to say it, man, but like, right, but I mean, another
be on display, bro.
Right, everything. And like another big thing is, I hate to say it though, but like it's a big thing. And I'm like, whoa, when did that really start? Like the camel toe is a real thing now. I remember like women used to be mad, you know what I'm saying, or embarrassed that that was shown. But now that's
It's
like a thing.
Part of their display. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like, how can you get mad at somebody who's trying to even holler at you or staring at you or looking at you? Like the BBLs and the fake breasts, and they got the whole shebang.
So let me be honest, right? And I'm gonna tell you my dilemma with social media, right? I don't want to follow a whole bunch of dudes.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So I do tend to follow women, and I comment. I'm one of the good followers. You know, like, you know, you got value followers, and then you got some that's just on your follow list. But I comment, I share. Well, I don't really share a lot of posts.
Okay.
I'm Macquinn Media. My whole thing is media promotions, graphic designs, selling, helping you push your beats, selling studio. So my whole thing is, when it comes to promotion and doing those things, is where I have to pick and choose for one that it aligns with what I'm pushing, and it aligns with my brand. If you know, integrity, prestige, and honor is the brand. That's my brand. So it has to align, number one. Number two, if I'm not really just feeling you, there is some artists I want to see blow up, so I will promote, you know what I mean? Just because you are always going to get promotions. You know that ain't even like a discussion. That's like me sharing my stuff. So that's a mandatory. But other people, I'm saying. So I'm not going to really share a lot, but I'm a good fan that comments, you know, leaves fire emojis and hopefully helps one person push out your algorithm. So, but it's hard because you don't want to come off thirsty. So you will say some stuff and be like, oh, good work. And then like, they don't even like your comment. I'm not thirsty. I'm just being a fan or a follower that trying to help you push your content. So I don't know. That's just where my dilemma is. Like, I don't want to come off thirsty. And then a couple dudes I follow, I moderate how much stuff I like from people, because the way people accept things nowadays is like, how could you handle a fan base? Because everybody ain't out to get your panties. I know I ain't.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? I mean, that's just a fact with me, bro. Like, I'm not. Because it's with me, when you come in my world, you better believe it's more than a sexual appeal to me. And so that's not something I can get from your video. So I'll be like,
they probably wore those panties just as much as we wore those drawers that we was just talking about. You know what I mean? So
it looked like they took this picture on the same day, but they've been taking them for 3 days straight.
Right, or like they literally just got up from the store and put them on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. It's just, yeah. But I mean, you hit a perfect good point. Like, I'm not gonna follow majority of dudes. Like, now me, on the other hand, the males that I do follow are the males I'm trying to engage with, as far as like, you know, collabing with, networking with. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a music producer. You know what I'm saying? I do like making beats. And, you know, I like to learn, you know what I'm saying? And I know that there's somebody else out there that knows something that I don't know. You feel me? And vice versa.
Right.
And I love, I'm a sponge. I just love, you know what I'm saying, just engaging and talking and seeing where they mind state is at and how they creative flow is. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that. And then you really don't see too many female producers, but I am seeing a lot more now. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same as like as in the trucking world. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing more female truck drivers, which I love because these old, big, dirty, dingy looking truck drivers, yeah, they ain't lasting long. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that the females looking just.
Well, you said so that's not a fair record.
That's not. But I'm okay. The only reason why I'm
they're
saying
old, they most likely been doing it for a while.
the only reason why I'm saying okay. So I got the only reason why I'm saying old is because maybe I have a soft part because I got to jump through hurdles. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep driving the truck, right? And you be like, how the hell they could barely walk, bro? So I'm like, if they could barely walk, I know they could barely get in and out of this truck. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I'm hitting that point with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it just bothers. You see some of these truckers
untouched 9 out of 10.
Right, but they gotta still hop in and out of that truck, even to get fuel, to go into the shipper receiver, to open their doors. They have a hard time. I've seen a guy, you know what I'm saying, take at least a good 20 minutes just to do all that. And I'm like, man, I can knock that out. You know what I'm saying? Like something that'll take 5 minutes, not even. It took him about 20 minutes. I mean, yeah, maybe I hit a personal topic with that one, but I'm just saying. I like to see more female. I like seeing more female truck drivers in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because you do need a little eye candy at the truck stop instead of looking at the phone.
I like 3 of them on TikTok.
Oh my goodness, and they look good, don't they?
I ain't gonna front yet.
Exactly. I'm like, why they wasn't in my class?
but yeah, it's good to see. And in all actuality, it is really good to see.
Right. So I ain't trying to knock nobody, but I'm just like, you know what I mean? Why they wasn't in my class? Because I probably follow the same ones you do. That's a messed up thing.
And what's crazy is a couple of them are like super cool. Like their personality is more of like somebody you would kick it with rather than try to like extrally date. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, like where it's like always trying to put your best foot forward. You know what I mean? Of course you want to do that in the beginning, but you don't. So I've always been a person like from the beginning, you're gonna kind of know who I am because I don't want to mislead because you don't want to be like, hey, down the road, like, oh, well, I thought you was this. No, you knew who I was out the gate.
Gate.
Like immediately, like you can see the way I wear my clothes. I ain't from around here, but but no, it was, you know what I mean. So I always try to be forthcoming with who I am, but when you trying to consistently put up this, it's a stress, and I don't like. That's where I've been trying to accept lately. Like, all right, I ain't playing to try to gain something other than a companion. So if it ain't a companion, it's not a companion. True enough. Now I don't want to sit here and act like, oh, I'm a pastor or something where sex ain't. Of course I like to, you know what I mean? But that's like third on the list for me. It's personality, vibes being number one. Do we vibe? And then okay, where are we both headed? And if it ain't like, okay, you ain't my age, so you aren't quite thinking out like I am it got to be on the road on that same route. You know what I mean? Because I can't.
Right.
I ain't got it in me to take that other highway and take this right turn for a little while and then take that detour. I gotta get there quick as possible. Let's get this load off. So that's just how I feel, bro. So I mean, that's how I stand as far as relationships go. Even dating and stuff like that, bro. Like, always be yourself.
Got to. Like, you know what I mean? Because I mean, that's the only way it's gonna work. You know what I mean? I mean, everything comes to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? All the hiding, you know, all the, you know, sneaking, all that stuff will come to the forefront anyway. So yeah, just gotta,
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? You only can hide for so long. You only can hold secrets for so long. You know what I mean? Like you always said, you know, it's always best to just talk about things, because once you keep it built up for so long, it's gonna eventually burst and come out. And then when it does come out, it's gonna come out in the worst way.
Yeah, the most extreme. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, no, I feel you on that though. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely.
Because I feel like this, I'll bottle stuff in and I won't say stuff, but that's for the people. I don't plan on this being my other interaction, even if it's on like a daily date to day-to-day interaction. Like, okay, let's take your job for instance. I don't have to pull up, make friends, come in here, give birthday presents, Christmas gifts, and bring muffins. That ain't my job. I'm here to pull up, you load or unload this bitch, and I'm gonna pull off. And once that's done, so we only need to be cordial for 2 to 10 minutes. And other than that,
man, it's so funny that you said that, bro, because today I am not gonna lie. So, all right, so I usually pull up around the same time when I'm done at work, right? So
Right.
I pull up about the same time, right? And this is other guy that usually pulls up around the same time I do. He works for a different company, right?
right.
And he was one of the guys that like always was like coming at me about my sweatshirt. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was hot outside, he'd be like, man, ain't you hot? And I'll be like, I just get tired of people asking me about me wearing my sweatshirt. Like, does it matter? So I finally told him like one time when he asked me, he was like, man, ain't you hot in that sweatshirt? I was like, man, give me $5. He was like, what? And I was like, give me $5. I was like, for every time somebody asks me about my sweatshirt, I'm gonna just ask them for $5. I'm like, cause then I could probably retire, cause that's how many times I get asked about my sweatshirt. So going on, you could tell he's always, you know what I'm saying? He's always trying to converse. He's always trying to talk, right? So,
Right.
But now they know me as the guy that don't like to talk. I don't look at nobody when I'm getting fuel. I do none of that, right? Today, I'm getting fuel and I'm just sitting there chilling, right? And of course he pulls up, but it was another one of his employees that worked at his same company. Man, this guy was so happy to run over there and just start talking to him. And I'm
Right.
thinking to myself, I'm like, this guy couldn't wait to just talk to somebody. He didn't care what the hell was going on with this person. He just wanted to talk. And I was like, what do we, I mean, you've even experienced it though, bro. Like, I don't even ask people to come to me. Remember that one time I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know this dude ain't finna come up here and start talking to me. And of course he came and talked to me, and the first thing he got to doing was, well, what you called it was, man, tell dude to quit gossip. He wanted to tell me about any and everything that I really didn't even care about.
Had nothing to do with you.
It had nothing to do with me. It had nothing. He just wanted to tell me what was going on, the gossip. He was like, man, tell dude to quit gossiping.
Because I don't even care. Like, I know you don't. You care less than I do. See, that stuff will intrigue me, especially if it's like juicy. Like, oh man, they almost got 2/5. Like, oh, I want to hear that. You like, man, whatever, bro.
I found out two of the main things that they just want to talk about. They either want to complain about the dispatch and how they either want to complain about dispatch or they want to complain about where they sent them. You know what I'm saying? And then like you know, and the thing that really, really makes me laugh is they be like, oh yeah, you heard what happened to Todd, right? And I'll be like, I don't even know who Todd is. Like, who is Todd?
Oh, Todd.
You gotta tell, right, you got to tell me what truck he drove. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm starting to find out that the people that I think that drive those trucks, they don't even work there no more. Like, I don't even see anybody no more. And that's the funny thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing I say, oh yeah, you know what happened to whatever, you know what happened to Jason. I'll be like, what truck does he drive? Like, I don't know. Like, and I really don't care because it's not affecting me in my job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got it. So I got it to the point where I don't even talk to nobody. I got it to the point where I don't even talk to dispatch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just text them. That's it. If I got a problem, then if I got a problem, I can't even get a hold of nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't talk to nobody. And I like it. Like, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all got a problem, I know they're gonna come at me. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I do my job. They like it. I like it. Leave me alone, please.
It goes like this. I'm here, then I ain't.
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like talking about none of them extras.
I don't even like talking to the mechanics no more, bro. Because I mean, I've been having the same problem with my truck, bro, for the last 2 weeks, bro. And every time I come to this man, he acts surprised that my check engine light keeps coming on. And I'm like, bro. So now I got to the point where I'm kind of like a little dick now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, just plug the computer up and turn the check engine light on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't think you even do anything. And I know he ain't doing anything because last night or the day before, I'm like, bro, the check engine light came on again. It's doing the same thing, right? So he's like, oh man, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying different things. Where I'm like, all right, whatever. So do you, right? But I'm like, hey, I need a new headlight. I'm like, the passenger side headlight is on. He was like, all right, no problem. Bro, why did I come into work last night and my passenger side headlight was still out? I said, that solidifies that I know you ain't doing nothing to my truck. And y'all let somebody else drive my truck because every day I fill my truck up so that when I come in that night, I don't have to go back to the gas station.
Right.
They let somebody drive my truck and the person didn't even fill my tank up. So everything that I try to do, so I wasted 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, that I shouldn't have had to waste. Luckily, it was another mechanic there. The second shift mechanic was still there. That he was able to change my headlight, which took about a good 10 minutes. Then I had to still go get fuel, which took another 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's just wasting my whole, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad it's Friday. I need 2 days away from these people because I might just go crazy. But I've been telling this man this for 2 weeks about this check engine light, bro.
Right. That was today?
What?
With the headlight.
Yeah, it happened okay, so it happened, bro, when I hopped in my truck Wednesday night, the headlight went out, you know what I'm saying? And there wasn't nobody there, so I was like, oh well, I'll just have to go through the whole night with no headlight, you know what I'm saying? I could have been bogus, because I know what trucks they don't use. I was like, I could be bogus and just go and take the headlight out. I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm like, I'm not even that kind of person, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. When I get to certain situations, I'll just cut my brights on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because people do it to me all night anyway. So I was like, I just ride with my bright.
Right.
But then I come back in the morning and I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Boo-boo, my headlight, you know what I mean? So thinking, okay, that's the easy fix. He'll do it. You know what I mean? Plus I talk crazy to him because I'm like, yeah, just turn the check engine light off because that's all you've been doing.
Right.
Yeah. Couldn't even change my headlight. So I was like, I don't even want to see nobody. I left so fast today, it wasn't even funny.
Damn.
I ain't want to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But usually I leave fast every day. You know what I'm saying? But I left a little bit faster.
Right.
But then that ain't even the kicker part, right? I'm like, let me top off my oil. I go to get the oil, there's no oil. The whole big drum empty, right?
Right.
Then I'm like, all right, let me go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. Then the next day, I'm like, let me go ahead and fill up my, because you know it's been snowing and raining and the ground's been wet, right?
Right.
So, you know, I use my windshield washer fluid and wipers. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more. So I'm like, all right, let me just fill up my windshield wiper fluid, right? I go to do that. That's empty, right? But I always keep me a backup. You know what I'm saying? In my truck. And I didn't want to use my back. I'm like, I'm already here. Let me just go in and use theirs. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then so I go to pick up the one that, you know what I'm saying, that they have like 2 jugs or whatever. I go to pick up the jugs that they have. These idiots, whoever did it, used it for the oil. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, so there's oil residue in the windshield washer fluid jug. I'm like, see, they ain't doing their part, man. I call them fake mechanics, bro. I'm like, they just fake mechanics. They ain't doing they ain't doing what they supposed to do.
Hey, do you hear an echo?
That was probably my dog.
No, I'm asking, do you hear one?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I ain't even got to use my headphones. I can just, okay, cool.
Mm-mm. No, everything, to be honest, everything sounded pretty good. You know what I mean? Everything is clear. I mean, we could ask our audience, you know what I'm saying, if there's any
So
problem.
do you hear yourself as you talk? Like a feedback?
No, I don't.
All right, cool.
See, no echo. I mean, I was gonna ask them if you hear the background music. You know what I mean? I didn't know.
Not really.
Oh, because I probably got it. But I didn't want it too high anyway.
Yeah, that's cool. We don't need it. We've been on this thing over an hour, man. We cool.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It takes a couple seconds to like get into the groove of things. Then when you get in the groove of things, you just get to talking.
Right. And that's what we like, the organicness of that. You know what I mean? Where it ain't so where it seems like what we're gonna talk and search to talk about. You know what I mean? We've always came on here and just talk. And that's why you just got what you gotten from us. And then that's a whole lot of authentic conversation where it's always been that.
Exactly. And then as soon as we get more followers and more listeners, you know what I'm saying, that would engage into more topics, I think, and also another good thing would be the interviews. The interviews will also bring a whole nother aspect to this 120 Dash, because we'll let, you know what I'm saying, we're, go come up with a list of questions, but then also come up with a list of, uncomfortable but not too uncomfortable questions, just to go ahead and just spice up the whole 120 on the dash, you know what I'm saying? Put them in the hot seat, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Would you either, you know what I'm saying, come up with like a whole segment of like, you know what I'm saying, would you press the gas or would you press the brake? You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be a good little segment, you know what I'm saying? Would you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Would you press the gas or would you press the brake? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it dash or brake? Yeah, I think that'll be a good segment, you know?
I agree.
Get it going with that, you know what I mean? Some little ideas that I've been cooking up and things like that, you know? It's just little ideas that I get from other little podcasts as well. You know what I mean? They have their own little segments, and I was like, oh, we can have our own little segment called, either, you want to do the dash or you want to hit the brake on that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it'll be easy. I mean, easy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, would you prefer, a cheeseburger or a chicken sandwich? You know what I'm saying? Would you prefer a hot dog or a brat? You know what I'm saying? Do you prefer a skinny girl or a big girl? You know what I mean? Do you short hair, long hair? You know what I mean? So, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm definitely taking a Brock over a hot dog.
You know what I'm saying? Would you prefer, Adidas or Nike? You know what I'm saying? So, just a little stupid stuff. Try to keep it, you know what I mean? And if you want to do it simple, would you prefer Hamburger Helper or Sloppy Joe? You know what I mean?
Right.
Cause I know it's been a lot of those days where like, huh?
That's a tough one.
Sloppy Joes or Hamburger Helper?
Yeah, because they got some hamburger helpers that I ain't gonna front, man. I mess with them tough.
I'm always gonna pick hamburger helper over sloppy joes.
You don't like sloppy joes, huh?
I really don't care for sloppy.
Okay.
But I will eat. But I ain't gonna lie, I do have my little urges sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So then it'll be like, okay, like say for instance, you got like chicken or whatever, like you made like baked chicken or whatever, like Parmesan chicken, right? Would you prefer rice or noodle?
Me, noodles.
See, I might want rice.
I like rice. I like them both, but choosing, it's probably gonna be some like creamy flavor noodles. But I know that's different. Get what I'm saying? So I'm different. So,
Right, you see what I'm saying? But then you do like, you want soup or you want chili?
Chili, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
The only reason I would choose soup is because the effect. So if it's like dinner and I'm headed to the crib, I'm taking chili. But if it's like lunch and we're going back to work, I'm gonna probably go with soup.
You know what I'm saying? Spaghetti or lasagna. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that I can think of the difference is only one thing. You know what I'm saying? Is the prep time. Yep, the prep time, cooking it.
I think it's who, like if it's my mother's, I'm taking lasagna. I love cheese, bro. I can't even lie. So I'm taking lasagna. I even put cheese in my spaghetti, so.
Right, so like for me, it'll be tough, you know what I'm saying, with my mom because she makes good mastacholi and she makes good lasagna. You know what I'm saying? They both meaty and they both cheesy. I think the only difference would be the noodle. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know, just, you know what I'm saying? Like a segment like that, you know what I'm saying? You just throw out, you know what I'm saying? Just come up with different topics, you know what I'm saying? Then you throw, you know, whatever, you know, like your whatever, like, you know.
So what we should do is have us a quick 15-minute conversation tomorrow. Let's go ahead and just lay it out the, you know, few things we're gonna do for next week. Or we can do it Monday, actually. We don't gotta do it tomorrow. Yeah. Cause like I said, we talked about the movies. That's for sure. You know, like I said, we've always, if there's anybody I personally knew who had a bigger movie collection than me, when we like the DVDs and cassettes was an era, it would be Jeffro. Other than that, I don't think I knew anybody that was even in competition. and then we all know I had Jeffro and my mom's know I've had a collection.
Yeah, I mean, I still got a collection.
I feel like we kind of deserve and have the right to discuss because we've always invested our time with movies, so we are good critics. Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because then it, you know, that could be a topic too, and you know what I'm saying, Dash or Breaks, you know what I'm saying? Lethal Weapon or Die Hard.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
So it'd be the question, what's the dash and what's the breaks?
The break would be like a no, you know what I'm saying? And the dash should be
like they don't want to answer.
Right. Well, they don't want to answer. Yeah, we got to come up with something if they don't want to answer or if it's both.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You feel me? We got to come up with something like if it's in between. So like in the in between to be either both or they don't want to answer. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be one or the other, or you know what I'm saying, neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like put the car in neutral and let it ride.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That's dope.
Yeah. I like it.
It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, man, everything don't have to be, oh, they're this and they're that. We interviewing our moms or anybody that come in, you know, family, friends, anybody's just as important as the next here. So don't ever, you know what I mean?
Right. So you guys listening, just know, you know, you guys might be asked, you know, it'll be ahead of time though.
Facts.
but it ain't gonna be like on the moment type thing.
Because one idea I want to do for sure is like Mother's Day. Like the episode we do for Mother's Day, like it is dedicated like straight to them, and it, you know, we get them all in here to talk, auntie, moms. I'll reach out to people, you know what I mean, and then we probably shut up. We probably won't even be on.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, man. I got real intrigued with some of those like earlier. You know what I'm saying, when they was talking about, you know what I'm saying, they earlier days in the 80s and the 70s and different clubs they was going to, and I was intrigued. Like I was like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And like those conversations are again, like I said, being organic is one of my main things, because I love to have those conversations. Like you know, there's some stuff about my mom that I already know, but I want to dig a little bit just because I don't have that understanding that I do now. You get what I'm saying? Like as a kid, seeing something compared to what you see now are two different perceptions. You get what I mean? So
exactly.
You want to know what they were thinking, or you know, to find out stuff like that. Like, yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, moms, I don't know how much of this we would have knew, Mamacita, if Auntie ain't come in here.
That is true. But I mean, in her defense though, I knew quite some things, you know what I'm saying, and I'm still learning, because you know, I mean.
But you wasn't gonna ask it.
No, I wasn't gonna ask it.
That block she did, and we.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's a little different. You could talk to your adult son than you could talk to your child. You know what I mean? Like a little child. You know what I mean? Maybe you could be a little more realer. You feel me?
Right.
Maybe that's the way I phrase it. You know, you could be a little more realer. You know, like, well, you know, back then.
One of these days while we on Instagram Live, we need to go ahead and just promote a lot of our, like, what we do here, where you can come in, you can talk, and there ain't no big eyes and little U's. Yeah, me and you are the co-hosts. We are the show, but you guys are part of this too, and we've always said it. It's for the people, by the people. We here for y'all, so we want everybody to tap in with us, and that's what makes us different. It ain't you're a nobody, or you don't matter, or you don't have a goal or a purpose. We come in, have this conversation with us, because we're gonna talk about some stuff we did. We want to hear about some of y'all fun times. Now, I do want to say, I don't want to go negative. I don't want a lot of like people coming in here and say, oh, I had drama with such and such, or where did that beef start and where's it going? We don't want to go into that. You know, we here to have fun. Where's the party?
Like good memories.
Like a lot of that stuff don't matter to us. Like I don't stay tuned into who's beefing with who. So a lot of times it comes back in person, like, oh, well, they ain't cool. Like, oh, damn.
The good memory.
Right. The good times, the fun stuff that you gonna have a blast you talking about.
Because you could probably agree to this. Don't nobody want to bring up no negativity memories. You know what I'm saying? You try to move on and get that out your mind. You know what I'm saying? But those good memories, man.
Because even if we sit here right now and talk about some of the nights we had in the dungeon, it'll bring up so many happy thoughts about how we really kicked it.
That's true.
It'll bring up something good and happy. We'll be feeling great to talk about that. It's some of the stuff that I don't know if it's even cool to talk about, and some of the things that, like, I ain't gonna lie, I try my hardest to put in my rear view, because some of the times you be like, oh, I'm such and such. Like, that matters to who?
Right.
So
especially now, you know.
Right. I'm all old and all types of health problems. Nobody want to hear all that. So, but yeah. So I mean, it's all about the good times, man. It ain't, to me, if it ain't I just said this to you, bro, about enhancing your life and my life. What's the purpose in really doing that? I don't want more misery. I don't want more regret. I don't want more, why am I fucking with this person when it's a decision? So
Exactly. Oh, you're right. You're right. I mean, we all got our own problems, our own demons that we deal with anyway, and it's supposed to be a platform that we could forget about all that. Or if we want to talk about it, we could just talk about it in a jokingly fashion to try to just go ahead and brush it off.
now, if it's something that you really need to get off your chest and you're not feeling good, and it, like, this is a resort, come and talk to us. Whether we take it personal or we finish it up on here, we are willing to talk, because we don't, self-empowerment and love matters to us too. So we ain't gonna turn our back if somebody's like, oh, I'm thinking about hurting. We're not gonna do that. So, you know, you guys are welcome to come in too, and hopefully we can put you in a space when you leave, you're happy as us. So
Exactly. You know?
but we don't want, like, we had experiences, and I'm sure we still gonna have them, where people come in and drop 1,000 N-words in our chats, and they do a lot of dumb things. And we cool. We know what we are. We know what we expect, and we're gonna hold our standard. So
Most definitely. We have to.
got to.
Because at the end of the day, this is our platform, and we ain't gonna let nobody come in here and just take it over. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
for what? Like,
I don't know how to see anybody other than Macquinn. So you feel me?
I feel you 100%, man. For real, man. This was a good show, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. It turned out all right, though, man. You know?
Right. I was all like, man, what we gonna do? But I didn't even really care, because we back. And that was my whole thing. Like, man, let us just get back to where we at, because this is what we love to do, man. We showed it, and we're gonna keep showing y'all. Again, we will do a lot of promoting of when we do have guests. We're gonna try to keep y'all ahead. Those are where, you know, we need y'all to come in and show them we got some love too. So
Exactly.
so the number one thing today is we're back. That's the biggest thing. Is this is the return of 120 on the Dash episode. Let us talk and pop it like we never left. And that was what our goal was. We did that. We want y'all to know we bringing different content, and I'm sure we're gonna have our first guest here soon. So that's what it is.
Soon. Yep, soon. So yeah, I mean, you know, with that being said, you know, we enjoyed chopping it up, man. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Oh yeah, as always.
As always, you know, and you know, we're gonna cut it up. We're gonna try to keep it to an hour, you know what I'm saying? Unless otherwise, but I mean, we can't go no longer than 2 hours because we already experienced that. But,
Oh facts. But with that being said, y'all, we love y'all.
we love y'all.
It's 120 on the Dash. It's your boys Macquinn.
And Macquinn Rekordz.
We love y'all all out, all gas.
No brake pad.
Macquinn Rekordz, the one that be stacking paper, popping bottles of Quavo and drinking with no chaser. I'm a money maker, not no Captain Saver. And if your bitch leave it with me, damn nigga, I don't blame her. I'm doing you a favor. I'm a pussy mangler. I'm just a little player, so to the game I'm not no stranger. Hanging these haters right up on my hanger. That place up in my closet right next to my Coochie Blaze records.
Mr. Macquinn, you know what's happening. I treat niggas like rocks and Macquinn. Tunnel vision behind the magnum when I'm clapping. Hit harder than a tornado, shit start collapsing. Truth be told, you once no part of Macquinn. Catch you slipping, run up in the club and get shit cracking. Now run home and tell your bitch ass crew what happened. I'm Macquinn, the same shit can happen to them. A bright light, a loud bang, and lights go dim.
Who it is, busy bee, that's what I'm hollering, bro. Radiating greatness, got it seeping through my follicles. A pot of gold is what I'm worth. Times a meal, plus a meal, and a nigga still real, worth a meal. In the meal, and I survive through the hardest, loneliest weather, cause I got more heart than 6 souls sewn together. You really want a war between you and I? That's like